Hello guys, let's see some more properties, or we can say some more algebra of limits. So what we have here is, you can see that limit x tends to a f of x to the power g of x is equal to limit x tends to a f of x, and again in g of x also I am applying the limit separately. So limit x tends to a g of x, this is nothing but equal to L to the power m. It means the limit x tends to a g of x is nothing but m. Okay, so one by one we'll discuss these things. The seventh property is limit x tends to a fog of x. Fog means f of g of x. Okay, composite functions. So f of limit g of x we can apply. So f of m, and which is nothing but only f if it is continuous at g of x m. Okay, now first we'll discuss this thing where we have power. Okay, variable power. So what we have here is limit. So let's see what we have here is limit x tends to a f of x whole to the power g of x. Now what I'm trying here is I'm applying the separate limit here. Okay, limit x tends to a f of x. So this is my one of the function, and limit x tends to a g of x. Okay, so here what I did is I applied separately limits in these two functions. So whatever the result will be there, let us suppose I will write here as limit x tends to a f of x is equal to L, and limit x tends to a f of x nothing but equal to m. So what we are getting here as limit x tends to f of a is nothing but L to the power m. So this is my algebra of the limit. Okay, see the next property, guys. Now what we have, limit x tends to a fog. Fog means composite function f of g of x, and this is nothing but called as fog, is equal to limit f, the function we are keeping out. Inside the function f of x means we are applying the limit in the x, it means g of x. So f of limit x tends to a g of x is equal to f of m. If limit x tends to a g of x is m, so it is nothing but f of m. So whatever the m value will be there, directly we can substitute in the function and we'll get the answer. Okay, so you can see here limit x tends to a, and here limit x tends to a. In the next step I can say that limit x tends to a fog is equal to f of limit x tends to a g of x. So this is what nothing but my another algebra property of the limit. Okay, let's see one of the example on this. You can see that I have two cases taken here, a and b. So limit x tends to a log of x. Okay, so I'll just go with the next page. So limit x tends to a log of f of x is equal to, I can write this as log of limit x tends to a f of x. Okay, now if we know limit x tends to a f of x is equal to L, it means we can say that limit x tends to a log of f of x is equal to log limit x tends to a f of x is equal to log of L. Okay, now if I'll deal with the b case, now what we have in the b case, you can see that e to the power f of x. Okay, so limit x tends to a, e to the power f of x is equal to nothing but limit x tends to a, e I'm taking out. Now see, e to the power f of x, so what I'll do is I'll write in a different manner. So e to the power limit x tends to a f of x, okay, and limit x tends to a f of x is nothing but L, so we got e to the power L. So this is what our final answer is. So like this we can solve and we can use this algebra in the problems. Let's see guys the next algebraic property of limits. Now what we have here is limit x tends to a f of x. If it is positive or negative infinity, then we can say that limit x tends to a 1 by f of x is equal to 0. Okay, it is very simple. Whenever we have any function has limit and when we'll substitute the limit there and we are getting a positive infinity or negative infinity, so we can write a reciprocal of that. It means we can write as nothing but my limit x tends to a 1 by f of x is equal to 0, as I have written here. Okay, so now what we have here is ninth property, the last one. If my f of x is less than equal to my g of x for every neighborhood points, then limit x tends to a f of x is nothing but less than equal to limit x tends to a g of x. It means limit x tends to a f of x if it is less than limit x tends to a g of x. Okay, so we can say that if this condition is true only when my f of x is less than equal to g of x. Okay, so be careful while applying these things. These are very simple algebraic properties, but even though just while applying this thing you should keep all the limits in your mind. Okay.